Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is me in my back garden on lockdown during COVID-19 2020. Just thought I'd come on here and do a few hints and tips to help you out while you're on lockdown at this time. If you ever find your electric has tripped out, it's probably due to well, the trip switch really, which is an RCD. So basically, I guess you need to know what an RCD is first, and I think I'll show you that. I'll just turn this camera around. So this is a typical consumer unit that you might find in and around your home. And this is an RCD here, and you can identify the RCD because it'll have a test button, and it's usually marked T. So you can see that T on, but some are a wee bit more identifiable than others. But yeah, so this is an RCD, and these are MCBs, which are basically your fuses for the circuits. So in this board we have two RCDs. We have one controlling these four circuits, and this RCD is controlling these four circuits. Okay. And if you have a pretty new property, or it's been rewired, or you've had a new consumer unit, usually this is the type of device that I fit now, and this is basically an RCD and a circuit breaker combined as one. And you can see on this particular device, not very visible, but the test button is here, and that's how you would identify it. But it basically does exactly the same thing as an RCD and an MCB, only it's combined as one unit. What you might actually have is one of these MK RCDs, which are quite distinctive. And the only thing about these, when they've tripped out, they default to the center, and it's not always visible because it's difficult to read the information on it when you're in underneath the stairs or in a cupboard or something like that. So normally with these, to reset them, you have to push them all the way down and back up again, and it might just be as simple as doing this. But if you find that you can't reset the RCD, then there's a problem somewhere on the circuit. And I've just rigged up a little test rig here just to show you what it more than likely is an appliance that's plugged into the circuit, because unless you've been doing some DIY or drilling holes in walls and stuff, the cables normally don't break down. So with that said, you can see my little test rig here, and we'll, just for this purpose of this video, we'll call this the kitchen socket circuit. And so what we have here then is your kettle, your washing machine, your tumble dryer, and a toaster. So you can see that the RCD won't reset for me. There's no power because the light isn't on, and so we have a problem. So what we need to do here, in order to reset the RCD and get the power onto the circuit, is we need to unplug everything from the circuits. And when I say unplug, I mean you must take the plug out of the socket. Simply switching it off, as you can see these two are off, has no effect whatsoever. And the reason why I'm saying that is because a lot of people would phone me and I would be talking them through it, and they just think, oh, I've switched it off and that should be enough. You can see here that clearly it doesn't do the job. So if we say we go around and unplug all the appliances from the socket circuit, usually, unless there's a problem with the cabling in and around the house, then usually we can reset. And as you can see, the power is now back on to the two circuit breakers, and my light's on, which means I must have power to the sockets, which I can check with a little tester. And there you can see I have power there. You could use a lamp or something like that there and around the house just to make sure that the power's back on. So the next thing then we need to do is to try and identify what appliances or appliance is causing the issue. So I think what was said here was this was a kettle. As you can see, the kettle's fine. And then if we plug in a toaster, yeah, that is also okay. And if we plug in the tumble dryer, you can see the power's still on, so it's okay. And if we plug in the washing machine, you can see that the trip has tripped. So that tells me that the washing machine is breaking down, or has broken down, and is the problem on the circuit. So what you need to do is unplug it, and you can reset your RCD, get the power back on to everything else. Unfortunately, you won't be able to use that washing machine. Now sometimes you can plug all these plugs back in, all these appliances back in, and the RCD will reset anyway, which kind of just indicates that one of these appliances or something on the circuit is starting to break down, and probably will in the very near future. So that's just maybe hints and tips for you over this Easter period and lockdown period. It might just help you get the power back on to some essential services and prevent you from having to call out an electrician.